I'm Kiara.
And I'm Justice.
And on today's topic, this week's topic, we're going to get a little bit serious.
A little deep, or whatever.
I'm going to say that this topic was basically recommended by my best friend, Leah, because me and her had a really good conversation earlier this week about religion and God and beliefs. So we thought that it would be really cool to turn this into a topic.
Religion, God, and beliefs.
Religion, God, and beliefs.
So, we were kind of born into Christianity, so we didn't really have a choice as to what God we wanted to believe, to worship.
I feel like when we were younger, we never really dug deep into thinking oh, there's other religions out here. I feel like, me personally, I felt like Christianity was that, there was no other religion out here. Everyone was a Christian and everyone worshiped God. That's what I believed in. And then as I got older, I started to witness other religions and other practices by people around me. So I'm wow. So everyone believes in this one spirit, this one God, but they have their own, storyline as to how we got here, what he did for us, and all of that. I just found that fascinating.
It's amazing. It really is.
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool that there are different religions, but it's what makes you believe in the religion that you believe in? Is it because of your family members, the ones that you had that were before you, that taught you to basically believe in God? Because like you said earlier, we were basically born into Christianity.
It's it depends on where you were born, of course, which country you were born in, your nationality, and most of the time, people in certain areas, everybody in India worships the same God that. So it's if we were born in China, then we would be practicing whatever they do.
So it's definitely where you're born, where you're born.
Yeah, where you're born.
Where you're born and who you were raised by.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because with Christianity, it's I think the white people adopted Christianity first, and then slaves started picking up on it, picking up on Christianity. Well, as far as in American slaves, stuff like that. Because it's Christianity is kind of what they taught us. And then because we didn't know how to read, and we didn't know, so it was just something that we just kind of adopted and stuck with. If we were still, I wouldn't mind being Muslim. Because it's a lot of stuff
honestly, I wouldn't mind searching into it, researching it. In regards to because when I was talking to my best friend, and we were just talking about how everyone has basically their own story as to how God is who he is and who he brought here to this earth, and how whoever they sacrificed their life for us. And I was talking to my best friend, and we were basically just saying at the end of the day, we're always gonna worship God, and we're always gonna have faith and believe in God. But in regards to religion and Christianity and stuff, it's because there's some things that Christians do that you don't agree with. So it's she was basically saying something of the lines of, she wouldn't say that she's a Christian, but she believes in God. And I totally get that, because it's each religion, they have their own practices. And sometimes the practices, you don't even believe in those practices, but you know at the end of the day that you believe in God. You believe that there's a higher power.
And it's I feel like you said, everyone has a similar story. They have similar, because I know even with the Muslim religion, even with the Muslims, they have, I feel Jesus is mentioned in their Quran, because I think that's what it is, but he's not as important to them as he is to the Christians. He didn't play the same role in Muslims as he did with Christianity.
Okay.
So, and then I also think, like, because I know, like, in the Bible, I know Muslims don't eat pork. Right. I know that. And I know in the Bible it says, like, swine is, like, bad for you and stuff like that. So it's how they all correlate, but they're all, like, just taking different roads and steps to get.
My question is, like, how is that so?
What?
Like, how can we all believe in this one God and each religion has its own story as to who he is? How is that even possible? Like, doesn't that make you think, like, what,
like
is this,
something,
like, so someone has to be lying? Like, he can't. Somebody gotta be lying, like.
And then it's like you would hate to, like, question
your own faith, so what you believe in.
Because
exactly.
It's like at that point people start looking at you
looking
crazy.
At you,
like,
exactly.
You don't believe in God.
Like at the end of the day, I believe in God. I have faith, and I wholeheartedly believe in God. But it's just like, it makes me think, like, all of these religions, they all believe in this one spirit. They all believe in this one superhuman, but there's a different story for each religion. Like, there's a different people in each story for each religion. And so it's like, how is that even possible? Like, is there? Let me stop.
And then it's like different versions of stories.
Exactly.
It's like different versions of the Bible.
Exactly.
And all of it's passed down. So who's to say it didn't change from person to person?
Because not every Bible is the same.
Right.
Like, some scriptures are taken out of some Bibles and reiterated and turned into something else and put into another Bible. So it's like, I don't even want to ask the questions that I want to ask, but it just fascinates me. It makes me wonder, like, if we all believe in this one spirit, how can we all have different,
like, stories behind seeing him or witnessing him or experiencing him? And then another thing is that,
the things that he do for us.
Yeah.
Like, how.
Another thing is that in the Bible, it's a lot of stories that defies logic. Like, because I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were talking about Adam and Eve, and I was like, okay, so Adam and Eve had to be a baby before they became.
No, I asked my best friend the same thing. I was like, because she was quite, like, so, let me calm down. Because this is the exact shit that I asked my best friend. I was like, so, if God is a spirit, right? And he dropped all of these people down on earth, Jesus, and everyone else that was around, you know?
Right.
So it's like, who was there before them? Like, they had to have been, they had to have been, like, they were babies, right? Or were they just dropped here at middle age?
I'm thinking the Bible, I'm not sure, don't, like, quote me or anything, but I believe that the Bible tells us that they came as adults.
So they just came here as adults. God just dropped them here as adults.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I was like, so they already knew English. They already knew how to make decisions.
Right.
Like, you didn't need nothing. Like, you're just here, full-fledged adult. And I'm just, I don't know. And
to me, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's a lot of things in the Bible that questions logic. Even with the Virgin Mary story. Like, that's not logical. But God can do anything. So,
anything is possible through God. Clearly. Like,
the man parted the sea. Like, we got some real people out here with powers, y'all. Like, for real. So, I don't know. It's a lot. And things like that. Like, I would never have this conversation with, like, my grandparents or my mom. My mom would even probably look at me crazy, like, I don't know.
I feel like conversations like this, like, you have to have this conversation with people that somewhat think or wonder the same way that you do. Because if you was to have this conversation with, like, a Christian a hardcore Christian, okay?
Hardcore Christian.
Hardcore, okay? I'm hardcore.
Christian morning, noon,
and night in my dreams, okay? You would be judged, I feel like.
Judged.
You would definitely be judged. And honestly, like, we can't be judged for wondering.
I feel like my parents' generation, they don't question it either. I feel like we're the generation that questions everything that has been taught to us, has been told to us. We're just told to believe it, told not to question it because this is what it is, and this is what it always has been. So
we're an interesting generation. We wonder about everything. Like, we need answers.
And there's nothing wrong with wondering.
And there's nothing wrong with like wondering. And like, I seen a tweet on Twitter, and this girl was like, "This is because in part 2 we're gonna talk about this tweet that I seen." And under the tweet, like it sparked a lot of conversation between people. And under the tweet, someone else was asking like the same thing that we're wondering about. And one of the girls, she responded, and she was like, "Some things God doesn't need us to know." She said that everything that we need to know is in the Bible. Everything God wants us to know is in the Bible. Don't wonder about anything else. Just believe. Mm-hmm. But it's like,
and it's like it's no point in wondering about it because you will never have actual
answer.
Yeah.
I feel like we will have the answer once we die and go to heaven.
Yeah, definitely once
we die. We'll figure all it out. We'll figure out if the earth is flat. We'll figure out like everything. We'll find it all out when we pass away.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's what I definitely feel like as well.
Yeah.
Until then, it's no point in question. It's like.
But you can't help to question it.
Yeah.
Because God is God is the highest power.
Right.
The highest power. So it's like you can't help but to question how are all of these things so.
That's true. That's totally true. Like, question. Like, I definitely agree. And sometimes it makes me feel like I know people lean more towards science. Like, because if we really want to go in depth, like, so before God created Adam and Eve, did he create the dinosaurs? Mm-hmm. Like, what was the timeline? Like, what's the timeline?
Yeah.
What's the story behind the dinosaurs? Why aren't the dinosaurs in the Bible? Like,
we will never know these answers. You know, the people that will probably tell us these answers are Christians. Hardcore. I feel like they think that they know. They think that they know. So they're gonna tell us what they think that they know.
They're gonna tell us what they believe.
They're gonna tell us what they believe. Exactly.
Kill it.
So guys, make sure that you tune into part 2. Because this tweet that I seen really sparked my interest. So, tell us below your religion, what you believe in. Tell us if you actually agree with what we've stated today. Tell us if you disagree. Don't judge us.
Please don't judge us.
Don't judge us.
Because we won't judge you.
Right, we won't judge you. Make sure that you click the link. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
I had a blind moment. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow all of our Instagram accounts right after this. Click the link.
Click the link in our bio.
That's what I was about to say. Make sure that you click the link in our bio.